This week on Small Town Big Deal, a celebration of everything antler.
Antler artwork, antler dog treats, antler shopping, and the main event.
An auction like no other. It's one small town's antler obsession.
Look at this. Love it.
Welcome to Small Town Big Deal. I'm Rodney Miller.
And I'm Jan Carl. You know, we're all aware that people auction off cars and artwork and jewelry.
But here in Jackson, Wyoming, they put one of nature's treasures up for auction.
It's one you could easily say is head and shoulders above all the rest.
Late each May, when the snows are mostly melted and spring finally comes to the Teton Range of the Rocky Mountains, Jackson, Wyoming transforms into the elk antler capital of the world.
Look at this! Ah! I'm crazy for the antlers!
Herds of antler aficionados roam the streets. They stay in antler-themed hotels, browse for antler crafts, and try antlers on for size.
We even meet one guy whose love for antlers has gone to his head.
I bought one antler yesterday for $6,000.
That's monstrous. This antlerific event is called Elkfest, and the premier event is known as the largest and most famous elk antler auction in the world. Elk antlers are absolutely everywhere.
Man, you gotta watch out.
But don't worry, no elk were harmed in the making of this episode.
That's because these antlers are an impressive display of a renewable resource. Elk, like nearly every member of the deer family, shed their antlers naturally every year. Then they quickly start to grow new ones again.
Almost the same way that trees also will quit providing food to their leaves, and then the leaves will fall off for the winter. So the elk antlers will drop in the fall.
Jackson is perched in a valley called Jackson Hole and sits at an altitude of about 6,000 feet, just south of Grand Teton National Park and east of Wyoming's border with Idaho.
About 10,000 people live around Jackson, and just about the same number of elk. The Jackson herd roams up in the mountains in the warmth of summer and comes down to Jackson Hole to spend the winter.
As snow begins to fall in the autumn, and increasingly here in the winter it can get very deep, then it covers up anything that they could eat, so they migrate to lower elevation winter ranges.
Part of that winter range includes the National Elk Refuge here in Jackson, where the National Fish and Wildlife Service makes sure the Jackson herd has the food it needs to get through the winter. But as the mountains green up in the spring, the elk go in search of greener pastures.
But the elk don't just dine and dash. They leave their antlers behind.
It used to be that long before antlers had any value, the refuge would give antlers away. I mean, it's like, what do we do with all of these? Well, then when they became much more valuable, we started collecting them and realizing them they had a value. We could sell them.
Each year, for over half a century now, U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service employees have gathered up antlers and worked hard preparing them for the big auction. With nearly 25,000 refuge acres, they get gathering help from Boy Scouts.
And then work out through the sagebrush and you should find some more.
Normally, it's illegal to remove antlers from the refuge. But once a year, the Scouts of the Jackson District are given a special permit and they help comb the area for the antlers.
How many of your scouts actually get involved in collecting?
Virtually every scout that's registered within the Jackson District is involved. This becomes a highlight of their scouting career, is to be involved with the Antler Project.
This year we have 10,000
Pounds? 10,000
pounds.
Imagine the work that goes into collecting, storing, bundling, and weighing 10,000 pounds of antlers into countless lots for an auction.
And I think people think we just pick them up and then we have a sale and we're done. And they don't realize just the logistics that goes into a massive sale. So the local Jackson District Scouts put in about 2,000 hours a year just related to this sale.
It's an enormous effort, and the whole community joins in to help. They're working toward a payoff that's good for people and animals alike.
75% of the money raised goes back to the Elk Refuge to pay for irrigation and other projects that help keep the herd fed in the winter. The other 25% goes to what must be some of the most adorable scouts in the country.
The money that they make are going to go to the Boy Scouts for me and my whole scout group and other scout groups to have fun adventures. I'm having lots of fun because everyone from around the world can come to buy antlers and we can get more money and use it for whatever we want.
Last year's auction brought in over $173,000. This year's big question? With two good causes on the line, can the Antler auctioneers coax even more money from bidders' wallets?
All down here, but it goes $16.
When we come back,
Elk have no use for these antlers anymore, but plenty of people do.
Yeah, there you go.
Also, find out how chefs add some spice to Antlerfest.
Can you taste it?
and whatever you do, watch out for tomahawks.
Oh.
Welcome back to Small Town Big Deal.
You know, every spring, thousands of elk who winter at the National Elk Reserve here in Jackson, Wyoming, naturally shed their antlers.
And every year since 1968, the community has been collecting them and bringing them here to the town square.
Each corner of the town square is marked with an arch made entirely of elk antlers, about 2,000 antlers per arch. And add them all up, that's about $450,000 worth of antlers.
Oh, and don't think about trying to pry one off. The fine is $175.
The antler archers have stood here since the 1950s, but each year, for one Saturday in May, the streets around them turn into an entire thicket of antlers.
Private vendors also set up shop and sell moose paddles, mule deer antlers, and buffalo skulls. And elk antlers from big bucks can bring in really big bucks.
$3,500. But look how big it is. Wow.
You think he ruled the herd with those?
Probably so.
So we've all heard of elk, but how much do we really know about them? They are typically 4 to 5 feet tall from hoof to shoulder, but if you factor in their antlers, a large male can tower above you at 9 feet tall.
They can run at burst speeds of up to 45 miles per hour. And males can have harems of females that can sometimes reach numbers as high as 20.
And back to those amazing antlers, they are known as the fastest growing tissue of any mammal, sometimes regrowing at a breakneck pace of nearly an inch per day. Some of those high-speed growth antlers will be sold by the piece, including some antlers that are still attached to the skull. Those are from elk who died of natural causes over the winter. Each of these heads is custom cleaned, not by human hands, but by bugs.
So this is a beetle cleaned skull.
Beetles? You mean like beetles, like...
Beetle, like B-E-E-T-L-E,
like
like the little bugs. There is someone here in the area that maintains a facility that is full of bugs, beetles, and they're meat eaters. You can imagine when you find a skull, there's still skin, there's still fur. You put it in the shed, and a few weeks later, this is how it comes out. This has not been bleached, it's not been scrubbed. This is Mother Nature at work.
So a beetle just cleaned that thing really good.
Wow! Those beetle clean skulls with antlers attached can go for thousands of dollars. But the vast majority of the antlers in the auction are from living elk that are part of that annual springtime shed. These sheds, as they're called, are gathered into bundles, ranging from matched pairs, which always sell for a lot of money, to entire pallets piled high. And when it comes to bidding here, well, there's something you better know about bulk buying.
So remember this, if you decide that you want a souvenir bundle for yourself and you hear $16, do I hear $16, $15, do I hear $16, $20, don't say to yourself, 16 bucks? Sure, it's $16 a pound. Remember, you're bidding per pound.
A few hours before the auction started, we joined other antler hunters in taking a good hard look at the items to be auctioned. You can tell some of these folks are antler auction veterans. They know exactly what they want to buy.
I'm looking for a particular shape of antler and the 6-point size.
Jesse Saxton is an antler artist.
This has got some nice antler in it.
Today, Jesse is scoping for racks that can be transformed from sheds into chandeliers.
Basically what I'm looking for is a particular size and shape for the chandeliers.
This isn't just a hobby for Jesse. He's among the many people whose living depends on the antler aesthetic.
Welcome back to Small Town Big Deal.
While in Jackson, the Small Town Big Deal team stayed at the Alpenhof Lodge, listed in the National Register of Historic Places and located next to the Jackson Hole Aerial Tram.
Hello everybody and welcome to the High Noon Chili Cook-Off in Jackson Hole, Wyoming.
It's Elkfest weekend in Jackson, and it's time for the High Noon Chili Cook-Off. Cook-Off contestants are using all kinds of ingredients as they strive to snag the coveted chili pot trophy.
Cumin, chili pepper, cinnamon, brown sugar, finish it off with some Pabst Blue Ribbon beer.
So we got a lot of Japanese ingredients. We have edamame and adzuki beans, kabocha squash, a yuzu crema, fried ramen noodle, and some sliced scallion.
Texas style, we've used 60 pounds of chuck in our chili, so it's that with a gravy.
I have an iron stomach. I can handle this chili. Thank you. That's good, but it's spicy. All right, thank you. Maybe it was more like a plastic stomach. And thank you. That's the best chili I've had. My favorite. Maybe it was a more paper-lined stomach.
Hats off to the judges for eating their way through all the contending chilies and naming a chili champion.
Judge's Choice Professional this year, Little Red Cafe.
And the people got to pick their favorite too.
The winner of the People's Choice Professional category is Suda.
Also in Jackson this weekend, the Mountain Man and Indian Rendezvous.
They would ride up alongside of a buffalo and kind of stab it.
Dion Black Thunder taught us about Native American traditions, from hunting to naming people.
Well, what name would you give Rodney?
Smiles a lot.
Smiles a lot. He has a great smile.
He
so
does
that's
have a
perfect.
great smile. Smiles a lot.
We also met Don Birch, who could be named Throws a Lot. He's a master of the tomahawk.
When it was generally thrown only short distances where it would be easy and quick to retrieve.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're...
You don't have any defense.
Barehanded, your enemy says, oh boy, I got you now.
Yeah.
When it comes to throwing tomahawks, some people are naturals,
You're natural.
and some people are not.
That's terrible. You've never given up on anybody yet?
I won't. You'll give up before I do.
Oh.
Step forward just a little more.
How about this?
That's cheating.
Oh, that's
Then
cheap.
Don showed us that you can use either hand to throw a tomahawk.
You think it'd be better?
No, but...
There you
go.
Well, what do you know? It worked.
And now, back in the Jackson Town Square, the highlight of Elkfest weekend, the Antler Auction.
Skull cap weighs in at 15 pounds. 15 pounds on the skull cap.
Scouts show off the antlers they've gathered, while auctioneers try to coax the crowd into topping last year's total of over $173,000.
Okay, so the cuteness factor of the antler handlers, sky high.
34 pounds, and let's start him at $10 a pound where? Hey, when you can start at 10 and now 11, 11 and now 12, 12, $12, at 12, 12 and now 13.
It's a rush to bid.
Take it 400. At 400, you get 400, 400, you get 400, 400, he's taking it. You're in at 375, asking 400.
Don't be bidding against yourself now, right?
You get 400. At 400, now 425. Then 425, now 450.
Okay, it's getting a little too rich for my blood.
825 bid, asking 850. I'm going to bank, asking 850. Sold it for $825, number 59. Thank you.
Resident antler artist Jesse is getting in on the action.
453 pounds on this pallet.
But so far, he hasn't walked away with even one winning bid. So, no antlers yet at all.
So, Rodney, obvious bidder. Jesse, subtle bidder.
Well, in the end, I didn't get to take home any antlers. And it looked like Jesse was going to walk away empty-handed. to the dismay of antler chandelier lovers everywhere.
I got 10 here.
But then, when the last lot went up for auction, he got caught up in a bidding war.
What do you go, $16?
Remember, they're bidding in dollars per pound, and this lot weighs 547 pounds.
$16, you're in at $15.75. $16, $16, sold out, $15.75. Number one.
And sold for $15.75 a pound. That's a total of $8,615 in all.
It was a good day.
As successful bidders load up their treasures, we're not hearing any buyer's remorse.
I'm happy with it, yeah.
If she's happy, I'm happy. she picks out the biggest ones and we get them bought. So.
Jesse's posse has loading up the truck down cold. They've got a bucket brigade going, only with antlers instead of buckets. All those antlers should keep Jesse creating for quite some time.
This antler auction sold off 10,320 pounds of elk antlers for a grand total of $186,227. That money will help feed a lot of elk next winter. And here's hoping it will send those hard-working scouts on some wonderful adventures. Welcome back to Small Town Big Deal.
I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Small Town Big Deal. And you know, Jen, I have been to a lot of auctions, seen a lot of things auctioned, but I think that's the first time I've ever been to an antler auction.
Definitely. I just wish I could see all the really cool, creative things that people are going to make out of it. But getting to see the elk in the wild, they are so majestic. The national park's so majestic.
And see the buffalo in the wild, too.
We didn't know we were going to see buffalo.
Really cool. I'm Rodney Miller.
I'm Jan Caro.
Join us again next week when once again we celebrate the great stories from across America.
Well, that's pretty good.
Yep.
Barely got a hold of this a little bit. Give it your best.
Oh, nope, see? But I got 2 bounces. Nope.
No.
I was dreadful. So, yeah, I was going to say, and I bent your spear. My apologies.
This is going to be a gift to somebody.
Eat your chili. Is it good? Is the chili good?